Hi, this is Cheryl for Bayer's Pampered Stampers. Thanks for joining me for this virtual tag class. This video will be to do this cute little top hat tag or believe tag. It's in your red project bag. In that bag, you should have all the pieces you need. So we've got the tag. We've got 2 pieces here for the hat, 2 pieces for the scarf, the believe word, some string to put it all together. And then there's a little bits bag inside that has 2 reinforcements, a sprig, a hat band, and a little set of berries. So with all of that, you're good to go. What do you need? You need to have some glue. Any brand, any kind will do. And you need some dimensional adhesive. Doesn't matter what kind or type, again here, just something to pop the hat a little bit. So we're going to start out by putting the reinforcements on the tag. So again, those are in the little bits tag. There's 1 for each side. It looks like when I punched this, I punched it with a small hole, and I apologize for that. Grab your regular hole punch and fix that for me if you would. Then go ahead and put a little glue on your reinforcements and set them around those holes. If you don't have a hole punch, don't worry, you can take your scissors and pop that hole out a little bit as well. It's going to be covered up by the believe tag, so it's not really going to show. And again, I want a reinforcement on both sides. You don't have to have a ton of glue for these things because they will hold. And we're going to set that aside for just a minute and let it dry. So reinforcements on both sides is all we've done so far. Next, we're going to grab the scarf pieces, both of them. This sort of lighter green sits on top of the darker green, and if you just set them together, you'll know that you have the proper fit when the fringes match. These were designed, it's a Tim Holtz die. They're designed under his colorized process, which lets you do really, really easy shading on your die cuts just by using different colors of paper. So on the back of this one that just has 1 strand, I'm going to go ahead and put a little glue just at the top. It doesn't have to be all over because it's going to hold on, and why not let the fringe fly, right? So we've figured out how to line it up. We're just going to go ahead and press that into place. And if my fingers would get out of the way, you could see it. My fringe down here does line up. I have not glued it together because I kind of want it hanging a little bit in this process to perhaps show some movement with the tag and that sort of thing. The scarf is done, so we set that one aside. Next, we'll move on to the hat. Once again, we're trying to show a little shadow and shading with this. I know it's really, really hard to see. I'll get as close as I can, but you can kind of see some lines that are embedded in the hat that help you guide where the band goes. So short end goes to the top, long end goes over the brim. Everything matches at the top, at the sides. So we'll put, once you've figured out that placement, again, it should help you with those lines, go ahead and put a little glue on. And we'll set this into place. I like using glue for these projects because it does give you an opportunity to adjust if you need to. If you oopsed a little bit to one side or another, it's very forgiving in terms of adjustment. And there we go. Again, with everything matching up, that part of the hat is done for right now. So you can see this one's shaping up to be a fairly easy ornament. While I still have the hat in my hand, I want to show you the placement of this red band because we're going to work with that next. And this places right over top of that gray piece, fat end toward this edge of the hat, the skinny end toward the other. We're not going to glue that down yet because we're going to put the sprigs behind it. But just for right now, we'll set that in place. So I'm going to have you grab your green sprig and put just a little bit of glue at the bottom of this. You watch my bottle will dump half of it. There we go. And I lost my little red piece. Here's my little berries. I want to set those atop, just kind of off to the side a little. I want to be able to see both of them. And my only glue is at the very, very bottom because again, this is a piece that I want to be a little bit more free. If it wants to move a little bit on the tag, that's just fine. So once I've got it like this, I'm going to add just a little glue down here. And I'm going to place it behind in the wide part of the hat band. I know it's a small piece, but you can do this. Just place it behind. I usually put it at an angle because that's how I want it to sit on my hat. It shouldn't come out from underneath of that band, but if it does, no worries, just clip those ends. There's nothing perfect, oops, or anything like that about this project. So we've got those parts glued into the back of the hat band, and we're good to go to attach this now. So a little bit of glue, again, on the band only, because I really want the sprig to be open and on its own. And I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to now put it in place on the hat. And again, it just stretches from end to end. It kind of cradles on top of that gray part. I don't know why my glue's not wanting to hold today, so it's being a little contentious. Pardon my fingers there for a minute. And that's really all you need to do to finish your hat. So we've got all the pieces, parts ready to go at this point, and we are ready to assemble the tag. Now I find it easiest to start with the scarf. Once you get the placement of the scarf, the hat's a little bit easier to do. I liked my fringe kind of hanging off the edge. You do you. You know, do what you like with it, but I thought that was kind of a fun look. You can cock it a little bit, whatever you want to do. At this point, I'm also going to bring the hat in because I want to make sure my hat fits whatever I've done with my scarf. And so I'm just going to go ahead and set that at the top, kind of how I think it would want to go on there. And then I feel more comfortable about the placement of my scarf. So for this scarf, you're just going to do a little bit of glue on the back. Again, it doesn't have to be a lot. It's kind of enough to hold it in place. Don't go all the way to the ends of the fringe. If you do and you're having it hang off like mine, it's going to be a bit of a problem. So I'm just going to place that down. My hat, I want to pop on with dimensional adhesive, so I'm going to go ahead and put that on the back. I have pretty big adhesive here, which is fine. I'm going to take a fairly decent sized chunk and cover the whole back of the hat because I don't want it tipping around. I just want it popped on the card. So here we go. Remove the adhesive and kind of set it in place where you want it. Too fun. Then our next step is going to be this tag topper. I'm just going to take some scissors and open this hole out just a little bit. Again, I apologize for using the wrong hole punch on that in my haste to get done. Stuff happened. I'm going to grab my string, fold it in two, and put the folded edge through that hole. Now before I do anything further, I want to attach the believe, and all we're going to do is put that string through the bee. And then, as you would usually do, put the two ends of the string through that side and just pull tight. Be especially careful with the believe tag because it is just cardstock and pretty easy to tear. Same thing, frankly, with the tag. So just put it through carefully. I just tie a knot in the end, and guess what? I'm done. Such a fun and cute little ornament or tag or even card for a guy in your life or a tween or something like that. It can be for almost anyone. Like it and want to make more? Ask Melissa for the winter wardrobe dies from Tim Holtz and Sizzix, and the typewriter sentiments die from Impression Obsession. 2 small pieces, but they go together to do a lot of fun. Thanks for watching. Bye.